The following podcast was recorded live in front of no one except for my dad and his best friend.
This is Survivor Talk with D&D. I'm Dwaine.
And I'm David.
And we're just two best friends talking about the show we love. So you ready to get to it?
Let's do it.
Tonight is our listener feedback show for episode 2 of Survivor One World, where we read, share, and discuss your feedback, even though you didn't ask us to.
You said it. It's our property now.
We're going to give you our opinion.
Your opinion.
Hey, man, we have 4 feedback.
4
I know. I mean, I realize that's only 4, but that's 4 more than we thought we might ever get when we first started this. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to our feedback. This show is not designed to be long, so here we go. First one, in the order that we got them, is from Eric again in Taiwan, and it goes like this. Dalton was talking about the secret scenes when he said that Michael knew about the idol. Here in Taiwan, we can't watch the secret scenes because of copyright infringement, but luckily someone posts the transcripts of them on survivorfever.net. The secret scenes really stand out this week, with Alicia and Colton refusing to work and saying that there's no reason for them to work when they're running the show. Are they nuts? It seems that they're both counting on votes from the other side, so they don't care what impression they make with their own tribe. Will this work after the switch? All right, David, so let's go ahead and talk about his first paragraph, and then we'll get to the rest of it.
Yeah, Eric is basically answering the question that Dwaine and I posted in our last podcast about how Michael knew about the idol. I read about it on EW's review.
Yeah, right.
And Eric brought up the good point that it's on the secret scenes that you can find on CBS.com. And the scene he's talking about, it's labeled Michael versus Colton. You know, that makes it attractive right there. 2 people are fighting, but they're not fighting. Anyway, it's right after the tarp victory where they win the tarp. They come back to the camp, and they're all ready to start doing their manly work again, except for Colton, of course.
Right.
He gets his water bottle, takes a swig, doesn't care. And Michael's commenting to the camera, and he says Colton feels like he's the almighty because he has an idol.
Does he say that? Because he has an idol.
Because he has an idol. Then it cuts back to the scene where even Jay is trying to say, Colton, come on and help, man. I mean, these guys are actually trying to socialize. They just had a big victory. They won the tarp, and they're trying to get Colton involved. And Colton grabs his water and says, I'm going for a swim. And he says, you're not going to be here much longer anyways. He said, Colton is saying this to Michael. You're not going to be here much longer anyway, so I wouldn't worry about collecting anything.
Colton says that to Michael. You're not going to be here much longer anyway.
So as Colton's walking by, and this is all in a secret scene that wasn't on the show, it was just on the internet, Jay, I think, says, Colton, you're not going to win this game. And then Michael says, one idol, no idol. It doesn't matter.
Wow.
Tell me about it, brother. Good
that
catch,
is
Eric.
Crazy.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention about the secret scenes. Because we have jobs and stuff, so we can't watch everything online. But I'm going to start watching those now because Dwaine does all of our editing and stuff. So he spends hours doing that I don't. So I'm going to try and catch up with those. But so my mind, of course, starts thinking, how in the world does he know?
Well, yeah. How does he know?
And if it's a secret scene they posted now, I've got to think it happened during episode 2.
Well, probably.
And I guess editing didn't want us to know because they didn't want us to spoil our guesses onto what's going to happen next week if the idol comes out. But if Michael knows, so it's going to get all intermingled.
Yeah, but then they put it on secret scene. So, and just for the record, Eric, we're sure you have a job too, by the way. David's not trying to imply that you have more time than we do.
Good point.
All right, the next paragraph. Oh, are you ready for the next paragraph?
Well, I was going to say that my prediction is I think Troyzan spills the idol news.
Yeah, Troyzan probably does.
Because he's kind of the age and kind of the attitude that could be between the misfits and the muscleheads.
Right.
So I think that's where my prediction is. I think Troyzan kind of spills it.
All right. Well, continuing with Eric's feedback. I spent the whole day thinking about Monica. Really, Eric? No, I'm just kidding. Let me...
Sorry, Eric. I couldn't stop him. I saw the look on his face, and I knew what he was going to say.
All right. Sorry, Eric. All right, hold on. Woo, okay. I spent the whole day thinking about Monica after I saw the episode, so I really enjoyed your feedback this week. I talk about Survivor with all my students and give them a recap, but they don't watch the episodes, so it was nice hearing you guys discuss things I was thinking about in regard to Monica. And of course, he's talking about us thinking that Monica's going to get back into the alliance, or
And her
not
survivor
back
cred.
into it,
Yeah.
but get into it. So,
Yeah.
yep, we're with you, Eric. All right, then he says, I also like the fact, oh, now he's just complimenting us. How nice of him. I also like the fact that you rewatch the episodes and pick up details that I miss. I have to watch the episodes on YouTube over here, so I miss a lot. I didn't even catch the fart. Well, you didn't miss much there, Eric. It was just annoying and loud.
Just
So,
the female fart. But it's
yeah.
okay.
I think Matt or Michael is definitely going home this week. The question is, will Colton decide, or will he let the Misfits choose? And which one is more annoying to Colton? So he thinks Colton's going to have control.
And if it's up to Colton, it seems like from all the clips that Colton, if he's a smart player, would be most nervous about Michael.
Yeah.
Because Matt was Mr. Silent this week, but
Yeah.
Michael was the one that was staying on his case.
Well, I'm pretty sure I put my points on Matt or Michael because, I mean, if Colton has the immunity idol, he'll get those other 4 Misfits and they'll be able to vote somebody out.
Will he trust them to not play the idol? Because I predicted that the idol would get played, but if he gets those 4 to agree, that's 5 against 4. He
Well,
wouldn't have to play it.
I wouldn't be surprised if Troyzan sneaks over to the other side and betrays Colton. I'm calling it.
I think you're pretty right on there.
Yeah, I'm calling it, though. I called it. You didn't call it.
Whatever.
Hey, I said it first. All right, lastly, he says, also, I'm hoping we can find out how the Jock Alliance found out that Colton has the idol in this next episode. Did Colton tell them just to throw it in their faces? We've already talked about that.
I think we'll find out next episode.
Right, and we think Troyzan probably told him.
Right.
All right, Eric then did another feedback, and he asks us a question. So he wants our opinion on this one. One question. If you were the men, would you be looking for the women's idol? If you found it, who would you give it to, and would you share that information with the other men?
Did Sabrina share with the other women that she found it and gave it to Colton?
Nina said yes. On the interview that Nina did with the Survivor Fans podcast,
okay.
They knew.
Okay.
If I'm remembering correctly, that they did know. Golly, I hope I'm remembering that right, but I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah, I'd be looking for it, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. There's been talk and reading online about saying Sabrina gave it to the wrong person. She should have given it to somebody in the alliance, the Meathead Alliance.
Yeah.
And I don't call them muscleheads anymore. I'm just calling them meatheads. But you know what? Why would you want to give it to the athletes when after the merge you're going to be facing everybody? I would want to give it to the Cochrans. I would want to give it to the Coltons. That's the people I want to face after the merge.
Okay, but I don't know, because if you give it to the powerful team, then whenever you do merge or whenever they do a tribal mix-up, you've put yourself in good with the powerful team and not the misfit.
Yeah, but on this island, that's when Matt says, you never did give me that chicken.
Yeah,
So we're done. I don't know.
That's
You can't
true.
trust anybody down the road.
Right.
I'd say you just knock out the strong people that you can now.
All right. Well, Eric, you pretty much stumped me on that question. I apologize. All right. Our third feedback is from Sylvia. And all of these are being left on our blog, by the way. I don't have a single email to feedback@survivortalkwithdnd.com, which is fine. You can leave them on the blog. But
Yeah.
all right, this is what Sylvia says. Your comments about this episode were great. Sylvia is a smart person. I can tell already. She's intelligent, kind, generous.
Just the
All
type
right.
of person we want listening to our
Yes.
podcast.
Thank you, Sylvia. All right. Your comments about the episode were great. I have to tell you both that I really appreciate your podcast. It's been fun to hear you two discuss the show. I especially liked the last blooper bit and resolved that I would send in my feedback. See, all because I sang.
Because they think you're going to write a song.
No,
That's
no.
what it is. They're waiting to
No.
hear the song.
It was my singing.
Let's
sure.
start a petition for Dwaine to write a
Oh,
song.
come on.
About feedback.
No, I'm not doing that.
He doesn't have enough else to do.
Yeah. All right. Then she wrote, thank you, Sylvia, for those kind words. And we're very glad that you sent us feedback.
Yes.
Then she goes on, and she gets into her feedback here. I don't know why the girls spend so much time talking about how they would have made different alliances and how Kat was weak and immature, and then turned around and kept her after all. I wish they had voted her out and kept Nina instead. We agree.
Yeah. Good point. We agree.
I agree that it seems like Kim and Chelsea are in charge on the girls' team. I hope the women win immunity next time. It would be great to see Colton use the idol and get rid of Matt. Thanks again for your podcast and the fantasy pool. Sylvia from San Diego. Well,
So I
Sylvia,
apologize for my West Coast comments about people sleeping all the way
yes.
until they
I'm
watch
surprised
Survivor.
she sent us anything after that.
But you know what? You're right about her being smart because she pretty much called what I said too. The women are going to win, and Colt's going to use the idol, and they're going to get rid of Matt. She is so right on.
She is so smart because she agrees with you with
Exactly.
everything. Well, we agree with you, Sylvia. All right. Lastly, Veronica from Holland, Michigan. MI? What's MI?
Yeah.
In Michigan.
Well, I guess we better find out now.
Or is it Minnesota?
That's him in.
Okay, so it's Michigan. All right. Hi, D&D. Thanks for the great podcast, and thanks for the Survivor pool as well. I've watched every season of Survivor from the beginning, but this is the first time I've played along fantasy style. I'm already more invested and more excited about this season. It does do that, doesn't it, David? Playing
It does.
fantasy really does do that. Now, what on earth was Tarzan thinking when he packed his bags for this adventure? Did he actually want to be seen on national TV in bikini briefs? And as for your comment that your wife could look somewhere else, I really don't think that was an option. It's like a train wreck. The whole spectacle is shocking and ugly, but I too was powerless to look away. Oi. I love it. Way to go, Veronica. She's right. It was a train wreck. Oh my goodness. And I agree. Why wear those on the island? That's just crazy. Pack some boxers.
I did happen to see that on the secret clips. Tarzan actually explains the dance. So if you want to know why he did the dance and where he got it from, you can see it on the secret
Yeah,
clips.
because we're not talking about it here.
He doesn't explain why he wore what he wore or didn't wear. He just
Yeah.
explains where he's seen the dance.
Yes.
And I actually looked it up, and the island does exist. So watch that secret clip, and you'll see.
And you went and found other people doing this dance and watched them for hours.
Never went that far.
All right. All right, let's go on with Veronica's feedback. Now, I was not shocked that Nina went home, but I was sad for the ladies' team. They are really not making smart choices for their physical game at this point. She did, however, take it one step too far at Tribal Council by continuing to go after Kat after Kat's tearful admission that the challenge failure was hers. I think that's the life experience she brings along. The ability to portray herself as the martyr. No worries, though. I think her trouble is only just beginning. She can't hold up this front for long before Alicia takes a big giant bite out of her. Okay, so she switched from talking about. I got a little lost in that.
Yeah, whose life experience is she talking about? I think that's
I
the
think
life
she's
experience.
talking about Kat's. Okay,
I
she
do
was
too.
talking. Okay, so she was talking about Nina, and then Kat's tearful admission was her quote unquote life experience,
Which
and
made her a
then
martyr. Yeah.
right, her being able to portray herself as the martyr by crying and everything. So what do you think about what Veronica says about this?
Well, I think she's right. I mean, she's pretty much agreeing with us. I think Kim and Chelsea just don't want to betray someone's trust right this soon. It's
Yeah,
like what Kim said. We have to keep their trust for right now
right,
until they get rid of them.
right.
But I don't think it's going to get that far. I think there's going to be intermingling, like you said last time.
Yeah, we are voting for Monica getting in with the girls, and Kat getting out, and Alicia getting out. Boy, I tell you what, you watch those secret scenes of Alicia, and I like her less and less and less.
You're not kidding, man. She is the laziest.
Golly.
Doesn't want to do anything person, but she's in control.
Man, I'll be amazed if she even has a. Well, anyway. Okay. Then she writes, speaking of Alicia.
What, a
she is-
hairbrush? Is that what you're going to say? That she has a hairbrush?
No, yes. Speaking of Alicia, she insists on so much control over the game, as when she couldn't stand Christina's one-upping her in the whole procuring fire incident. I cannot believe she has absolutely no control over her hair. Maybe when the tribes merge, she will take her crazy jungle hair and hook up with Tarzan. They will make such an attractive couple. Your unlikely prediction is that Christina and Jonas will hook up. Mine is that these two will make the newest unlikely duo, speaking of Alicia and Tarzan. I feel a televised wedding coming on. Oh my goodness. Tarzan and Alicia. Wow. You Jane, me Tarzan. You Alicia. All right, then she puts, keep up the great work, Veronica in Holland, Michigan. All right, David, so that's our feedback tonight.
Awesome feedback. Thank you, folks.
Yep, that was great. And we got 3 more iTunes reviews. I won't read them. But a thank you to Veronica June 2, Rebecca Schopner, and Evan B29. Thank you so much for your iTunes reviews. That was awesome. Is there anything else you want to add, David?
No, I think our feedback covered it.
Yep. I'm so looking forward to Wednesday's show, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I am. I saw a preview for this week's show. I think you said you hadn't seen it yet. But
No,
it's
I went and looked at it. Yeah.
okay, where it shows Mike and Troyzan talking,
Yes.
and Mike trying to get Troyzan to their side.
Yep. I think it's gonna work. So we'll
Yeah,
see
it
what
should be
happens.
fun.
And by the way, just from us, we just want to thank you all for listening to our show. We're just amazed that people are wanting to hear us and like hearing us talk about Survivor. So just
Because
give us-
usually at the table while we're eating together as families, when we start talking, our wives get up. So
yeah,
we're
it's
just
so
glad
nice.
somebody does want to listen to us.
So, all right. Well, in closing, we just want to say it's not too late to join the fantasy pool. You can probably still pass me since I only have 3 points. Just follow the link on the right side of the blog. Go to the blog. That's where you get to iTunes, Stitcher. Everything is over there. Music for tonight's show is To Be an Angel by Uncle Seth. And if you like our show, please subscribe and review us on iTunes. We love it. Thanks again for listening. That's all I got. How about you, Dave?
I'm good.
All right. See you later, everybody.
See ya.